Well, I'll tell you what. If you move, we will do like cooling DIY cooling round 2. Let's go. But we'll only cool your computer. We're going to cool the inside of your computer case with like a full-size air conditioning unit. So I've wanted to do it for a while, actually.
I'm going to pivot us to a new topic then, because I think I would need that to use what I'm currently using.
Really?
The Radeon card is so hot.
Oh, yeah. So we're working on AMD Challenge right now.
So much heat.
Even compared to your SLI setup? Come on, that can't be right.
No, the dual 1080s, not even close.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Like this, it might, no, I don't think it's the position so much. So you know where it's currently mounted. It's in the videos, people can see it. It's just like sitting on top of my computer. So it does plume the heat up.
Yeah, I wonder if the directionality.
And then plumes out. But my legs are just like cooking all the time.
Yeah,
because
that
of that
makes sense.
It's brutal. But I mean, with the 1080s, it would have gone out the side of the case because I had the glass off.
I was amazed by how well heat rising worked. Like, obviously, I've known heat rises, right? Hot air rises. Sure, fine. Yeah. But when I tried to do that video using the mining PC for heat, I don't know. I underestimated just how
it's like
buoyant.
gonna go away.
Like fast. So I mounted it right above the monitor, kind of blowing at me with fans, you know? And what I realized, later on in the video, I don't know if it actually made it into the final cut, but it was pretty much boomeranging. Like it would not go, you couldn't force it down. It's like trying to push bubbles down in water.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize it would be that extreme. I just never really thought about it. Which
if you haven't actually done something like that, you probably wouldn't necessarily realize. It makes sense.
I just didn't really think about it. And so, one of the things that I mentioned it in the video. I don't think it made it into the final cut, but I said what I should have done was mount it under the desk, because then the heat would get trapped by the desk and leak up around me.
That's literally happening.
So that's what you're doing, and that's probably why the case wasn't as bad. Because if it's blowing it out the back, it's probably going like straight up. And not hitting you.
I had the 1080s that I had with like those triple cooler, I'm trying to remember, Strix, whatever. So it wasn't necessarily.
But your case would have had airflow. So,
I had the side of the case, the side of the case off though.
Even then though, there would be like a suction. Like it would.
Oh yeah, because the front fans. That makes sense. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so go at the back. Yeah.
So I really don't think it's to do with the actual thermal output. I think it's probably just airflow optimization.
That's definitely fair. Yeah. Speaking of which, the case, you said case, and it reminded me of this. Again, I'm reorganizing things. Guess what I dug out of the I'm going to say garage. It's like a slot in the wall because I live in an apartment. But guess what I dug out of the garage?
You don't still have your stupid aquarium, do you?
Not that one.
That ITX leftover one that you got?
The 2. I believe it's 2 remaining.
Mineral oil cases.
I've got them.
This is starting to feel a little bit predestined, because you'll never believe what happened earlier this week. Well, we uploaded that video with the tour of the lab.
Okay.
And I mentioned mineral oil cooling for some reason. Either it was in that video or is it... No, it was on a live stream. Sorry. It was on a recent live stream. Someone sent a merch message asking about mineral oil cooling when we did that build stream. And somehow a ball got rolling internally without me knowing about it, where we started...
Mineral oil?
No, because I said, look, I think we've said everything we have to say about mineral oil. If we were to do a follow-up with Fluorinert or something like that, maybe take it to the next level, maybe we'd revisit it. But even then, you can't get these aquarium cases anymore because of a patent troll, blah, blah, blah. So someone internally starts trying to source Fluorinert, and I'm sitting here going... Okay.
That's really expensive.
And really hard to get.
Yeah.
Apparently, they just don't even make it anymore, basically.
Oh, there's a newer...
So, then the conversation somehow made its way to Jake Danes from the lab, and he's like, oh, no, not Fluorinert, you want this one.
Yeah.
And it's for submersion cooling for mining and GPUs and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's even a cleaner that you can use to get everything back to pristine.
Yeah, he's clearly up to speed
and
on
it's
this,
a couple $100 per 5-gallon pail, which is
it's expensive.
Compared to Fluorinert, nothing.
Fluorinert was absurd.
Yeah.
Mineral oil was cheap relatively.
Yeah.
And then this thing it's expensive, but it's not like...
It's closer to mineral oil than it is to floor inert,
Yes.
but it's in the middle.
Floor inert, you were going to spend like thousands.
And so I'm sitting here going, we've got cases, we've got fluid. Am I going to be able to avoid this?
It's happening.
I'll tell you what.
What?
Here's the deal.
Okay.
We'll build one, but you have to give me back your old computer and you have to daily drive it.
Wow. Don't know if I want to do that.
It'll be top spec, new spec.
Oh, yeah, but it's going to be in oil.
I think we need to poll the audience. Should he do it? Should he not? I forget how to set up polls.
New top spec in oil is like actually quite questionable because the thermal
Well, it
output...
won't be oil. It'll be that other stuff.
Yeah. But
Yeah. But it's designed for GPUs and stuff.
thermal fluid, whatever you want to call
Yeah.
it. So my comment isn't...
Look at this guy. Just answer the question.
You want me to do it because you know it's going to be terrible.
Yeah, I know.
That's where the pressure is coming from. I just want to make sure that everyone understands.
I mean, they want it for the same reason. Floatplane chat is unanimous here.
Of course they are.
Go.
Because it's terrible. What if I use it as a workstation because I'm going to be here locally again soon?
Has to be at home.
It has to be at home.
No, we will do Luke Personal Rig Update Mineral Oil Edition.
It can't even fit all my like drives.
Is it the ITX one?
I didn't actually look inside the box. If I remember correctly, I have 2 tanks. I don't think either of them are like ATX tanks.
Well, like how much capacity?
I didn't. It's just in the shipping box.
No, I mean how much hard drive capacity do you have?
I currently have 2 very large hard drives, and I have 3 like standard 2.5-inch SSDs. 4,
Okay.
3 or 4, and then I have 2 NVMe's.
Why do you need so many drives?
I have a lot of drives.
What the? Yeah, I didn't ask if you have a lot of drives. I asked why do you need them?
I save a lot of stuff.
You have a NAS.
Yep. I do. The NAS is huge. I have lots of things, okay?
Yeah, no, I clearly. You're leaving it there, aren't you?
Yeah.
Sakes.
How much total space is that? It's a lot.
No,
Each one of the hard drives is like 10 terabytes.
My deal stands. We will load up everything you could possibly need for game storage. We will load you up with enough storage for everything you could possibly need for actual local storage, and we will upgrade the NAS to make up for any space you lose in the desktop.
The NAS is all 10 terabyte drives.
The NAS also has to be mineral oil cooled.
What?
Yeah, do it.
That is so dumb. Okay, wait, what? So it's
So we
gonna
use
be
both
all
tanks.
SSD?
We use both tanks.
It's all gonna be solid state.
Well, no, we could.
So you're gonna replace 80 terabytes of hard drives with solid state drives?
No, we could use a PCIe riser out to an external hard drive enclosure.
What is the point? Oh my god.
The suffering is the point.
God.
People no
horrible.
longer think you should do it.
Yeah,
Actually, no,
it's
Floatplane
terrible.
does. Floatplane is ready.
Mineral oil pack.
Oh, this
All
is
right.
so dumb.
No. The NAS does not have to be mineral oil cooled.
Yeah.
But we will expand the NAS to the
How?
point where what? Well, get more hard drives. What?
It's full.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, NAS
It's
is
like
can-
I don't have a dedicated like actually proper
That's fine.
system
It'll just
for it. It's just
it'll-
the Synology NAS.
It'll include a NAS. That's fine. So we will make you whole in terms of storage. That's my commitment.
Let me even see what the state of them
All right.
are first.
All right. Yeah, you don't have to make a decision now. You can be a little, I don't know.
Having a submersion cooled system again could be kind of cool. I'm a little bit worried in an apartment if there's a leak it could actually be like super bad.
I mean, that sounds like a Luke problem to me, not a Linus problem. So,
Oh my goodness. Wow. We'll see. I don't even know what tanks they are. If it's genuinely just one ITX tank, because I'm pretty sure I think there's at least one ITX tank.
I think they're both ITX.
Is it two ITXs?
I think it might be.
I honestly don't remember.
Basically, Puget gave us the last of their tanks, and I think we used the last ATX one to do the last build we did, which we eventually like sold on Facebook Marketplace or something like that because we were tired of just having it around and carrying it places. And then I think you were like, can I just like have these ITX ones? And I was like, realistically, I'm never going to do anything with these. Just take it and go. I mean, he stole it, rather, is how that probably went down.
No, if I remember correctly, you like didn't know what to do with them.
Yeah, no.
And I was like, I'll take it. And
I was just
like,
memeing with the whole stealing things from the office thing. Yeah, so that's the deal.
I mean, there's some of that. I was cleaning up. I found a few of those.
We're a lot more on top of that stuff now. We have like a whole inventory system and asset tags and everything, but things were a little more loosey-goosey when people were not being like paid well. You know, it is what it is. we made do with what we had.
There's a few things, like I found a pair of headphones that I remember I got because instead of like expensing a bunch of stuff, I just like got the headphones.
Yeah.
There's some stuff like that.
There was some loosey-goosey stuff. I mean, another thing too is when we were a much smaller team, if, a Luke was just like, yeah, I need a new mouse, I didn't have to worry about 98 other people coming to me and saying, well, why does Luke get a new mouse? There's
it's
so many
easier to deal with.
Yeah, there's so many
scale gets a little wacky.
Things you just like. It really does come back to like grade school rules. Did you bring enough for the whole class? No. Okay, well then you can't. Then we can't.
Yeah,
that simple.
Yeah. But yeah, if it's just ITX cases, I honestly don't think I'm that. I don't think I'm going to do it.
You don't think you're going to do it? Really?
Not for just an ITX.
But it'll be like top spec ITX.
Part of the problem is the volume of the tank.
Top Keck ITX.
Because even though you're potentially putting more in it, I'd have to look at the properties of the new coolant because I know it like exists, but I haven't actually planned on doing a build in it.
I expect an answer next week.
Oh my goodness! Okay.
The people expect an answer next week.
I'll talk to Jake. I'm sure he knows. He's more up on the current stats.
I don't even remember. Was this a merch message?
Oil PC? Linus and I have this agreement from ages ago, like pre-Linus Media Group ages ago, back from when I was paid less than minimum wage, where he had like upgraded my system. I got a 4080.
480, you mean?
480. Yeah, sorry, a 480, and I don't remember what else was in there. But it was like my first system upgrade after the mineral oil system. It was in an 800D.
Nice.
I got a 480. I don't remember what processor it was.
Probably something decent.
It was like a 2600K or something. It was like solid. It was all like good stuff.
Yeah.
It was a big upgrade from what I had at the time. And then I don't remember how we got on the conversation, but we were standing outside of the badminton center that you wanted to go to that night because I needed a ride home and he wanted to play badminton first. So I used to study. I would study on the couch at his badminton center.
We didn't actually do that many times. I think that only happened a handful of times.
Yeah, I honestly didn't care. I just needed to study and there was a place to study there. So it honestly didn't make a difference to me. I had my laptop and my textbooks anyways. So like it's basically the same thing as being at home. And we had this conversation and he was basically like, as long as you work with me, I'll make sure that you have a good computer. And I was like, I'm holding you to that. And now it's been 12 years or something and it's paying off. Let's go. Except now it might turn into an oil rig, which is concerning, but we'll see.